Getting people to change their habits, it's not gonna work.
Inventing a need is really hard, right?
And most needs are just human needs.
You know, we've often wanted to be able to connect with someone in our local community to get something done, and Airtask is finding a new way to be able to do that. In many ways, we're not doing anything new. We're doing something very, very old, but we're doing it in a new way.
It's a bit like us. We're not trying to tell people how to cook differently or eat differently. We're just making the meats that they cook and eat in a different way. So V2 is a plant-based meat company, and what we're trying to do is halt the growth in meat consumption, and that's kind of our mission, is to figure out how do we do this at a global scale.
So we literally are a networking company, and so collaboration is super important. I tend to find that, you know, you want to be really open with exploring lots of different relationships and being able to hear what different people's needs are, because that can help you to adapt and grow your business too.
V2 uses a lot of experts, and the good thing about using experts is because you can trust them, you don't have to spend a lot of time checking stuff, and you can just take it as read that it works. So finding the experts who you can trust is hugely enabling. You know, Steve Jobs said, "Be foolish," and I never understood that.
Yeah.
And now I realise that is exactly what you need to do as a startup. When you start up, you know nothing. You just assume that you can solve it.
Yeah.
So I reckon that's a really good. You'd never normally say being stupid is a good thing, but if you knew all the problems that you had to solve when you started, you'd never even start.
Oh, totally.
So
I guess to start something that's pretty, you know, impossible or hard to do, you've got to start off with a bit of naivety.
we have something in our values, and one of them is forgiveness. Because if you're asking people to take risks, you've got to be forgiving when it doesn't pull off.
It's a great value, I think. Asking for forgiveness is a lot better than asking for too much permission. Definitely worthwhile sort of like splitting up into whether something is a one-way door or a two-way door. I think, you know, if it's a one-way door, you might want to think about it a little bit more. But if it's a two-way door, let's go for it. Let's figure it out fast.
NAB, more than money.